Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga in Our City Virtual Studio sponsored by Kineticare. I'm Kate and I'm going to be leading us through this practice together today. Today's practice is going to be Yin for the limbs. And if you're new to Yin Yoga is a primarily seated practice where we hold postures for an extended period of time, typically with the intention of stimulating, strengthening, and reviving the deeper connective tissue of the body. For this particular practice, we're focusing on the limbs because in the winter months, our energy tends to move inward. So this practice is going to help increase circulation and flow to our limbs. I'm recommending that you have a yoga strap for this practice. And if you don't have a yoga strap exactly, you can find something with this similar shape in your home, maybe a belt or the tie for a robe, or you can roll up a towel or an old t-shirt. You can really get as creative as you'd like, but something that has this type of shape would work for today. In addition, I'm recommending you have a cleared space in your home, somewhere where you feel safe to practice. And if you're practicing on a hard surface like I am, I'm recommending you soften that surface with blankets or towels because we will be spending a lot of time on our mat today. With this yoga practice and with any yoga practice that you participate in, it's very important to keep in mind that it is your practice. So even though I will be modeling the poses up here through your screen, yoga is more about what each pose feels like in your body versus what it looks like on the outside. So if you feel something that resembles pain, which can sometimes show up as a burning, throbbing, stabbing, or tingling sensation, that's your body's way of telling you that that pose is not working for you, to come out of the pose, try it a different way, or go into another pose entirely. Savasana or corpse pose is a yoga pose and you can enter it at any point in time if your body or your emotional state is feeling overwhelmed. With that said, I think we can begin. I invite you to come to a comfortable grounding posture. Perhaps you're choosing to sit, or if seated is not comfortable for you, you can explore lying down on your back or perhaps standing up. If you're choosing to sit, perhaps elevating the hips above the knees by using a prop like a block or a cushion. And wherever you are, just gently rock side to side, forward and backwards if you're standing or seated, noticing where the feet or the sit bones make contact with the ground. And when you feel like you have a spot where your weight is evenly distributed, pause there, elongate the spine. Draw shoulders away from ears, resting hands down by the sides. If you're seated, hands can rest on the thighs, palms facing up. And if it feels comfortable to do so, gently close the eyes. If eyes closed is not comfortable for you, find a focal point, a spot somewhere in your room that's not moving, and gently rest your gaze upon that spot. With the first few breaths, noticing where the attention naturally goes to. Does it go to your body, an internal or external sensation? Does it go to the breath? Does it go to your heart center, your emotional state? Does it go to your mind? Did you start to plan out your day or rehash something that happened in the past? Just notice what naturally happened with those first few breaths. There's a myth that is often practiced in Western meditation that you have to control the mind to be a good meditator, when in fact meditation is just being aware of awareness, where the mind goes, what's happening on the mat in the present moment. So even if your mind wanders off 300 times in the next 3 minutes, know that you are exactly where you're meant to be, experiencing exactly what you were meant to experience. Placing one hand over heart center, one hand over the belly, bringing the attention and awareness to where the hands make contact with the body. Keeping the eyes closed if it's still comfortable to do so. Breathing in fully and deeply in through the nose. Filling the belly, the rib cage, and the chest with breath. Feeling the breath in the body with the hands. Holding the breath in at the top for a count. And then exhale the breath out through the nose from the chest, the rib cage, and then the belly, using those core muscles to push out the air, really working the diaphragm here. When all the air has been released, breathing in again fully and deeply in through the nose, filling the belly, the rib cage, and the chest with breath. Holding the breath in at the top for a count. Releasing the breath out through the nose from the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. Making your exhale longer than your inhale, pushing out all the air. When you can't push out any more air, inhale again fully and deeply in through the nose, filling the belly, the rib cage, and the chest with breath. Holding the breath in at the top for a count. Sipping in a little bit more air, really expanding those lungs and that diaphragm. Get as big as you can possibly be. Hold the breath. When you can't hold it anymore, release the breath out through the nose or the mouth, your choice. Releasing all the breath from the body. Hands can come back down by the sides. And if your eyes are closed, gently open the eyes. Take a moment to look around the room. Take in the sights from your external environment. Reacclimate your eyes to the light. And if you are seated on a prop, carefully remove the prop from beneath you. And if you are lying down or standing, please come to a comfortable seated posture. Perhaps the legs are crisscrossed in front of you. We're going to do a couple slow movements before we get into our yin practice today. Start with the hands by the sides, palms facing up. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, right arm comes forward, left arm comes behind you, gazing over left shoulder, twisting open to the left. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, left arm comes forward, right arm comes back, gazing over the right shoulder, twisting open to the right. 3 more, just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, right arm forward, gaze back. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, left arm forward, gaze back. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, right arm forward. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, left arm forward. Last one, inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, right arm forward. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, left arm forward. Inhale, arms back up to center. And exhale, both hands down by the sides. Inhale, right arm comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach that right arm up and over the left side body. Using that left hand to support you so both sit bones stay firm in the mat. We're not popping our hip up like this. Breathe into the right side, open up that rib cage. Notice if you're leaning forward with the chest coming towards the mat. See if you can lift the chin and chest, possibly even looking up at the ceiling. Noticing how the side body feels, making note of any of these movements if they hurt your body or if you feel tension or soreness. These are diagnostic tools to help you gauge how you will treat yourself when we hold our postures for an extended period of time. Inhale, use the right hand to pull you back up to center. Exhale, bring that right hand across the body, grabbing onto the left knee. Left hand goes behind you, gazing over the left shoulder, opening up to the left. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. And exhale, release back to center. Opposite side, inhale, left arm comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, take that left arm up and over the right side body using the right hand to support you. Same thing on this side, both sit bones stay firm into the mat. If you feel like you're falling forward or you're concaving your chest at all, inhale, lift the chin and chest. Breathing into that left side body. Inhale, use that left hand to pull you back up to center, but keep it reaching up to the sky above. Exhale, bring it across your body, grabbing onto your right knee. Right hand comes behind you, gazing over the right shoulder, twisting open to the right. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. And exhale, release back to center. Bringing those hands out by the sides, hovering them about a centimeter above the mat, but add some energy to those hands, so don't just let the arms flop by the side. Really feel like you're pointing your energy down towards your mat. Inhale, lift the chin, look up at the ceiling, breathing into the front of the neck. Exhale, take the right ear to the right shoulder, starting to make a really big and slow neck circle. The slower you go, the better. Feeling around in the neck space where you feel any sensation. Maybe it's tightness, maybe it's soreness, maybe it's something different, something enjoyable. If you find a spot anywhere where you feel like you need to explore more, give yourself permission to pause there and breathe into that sensation. The next time your chin is down towards your chest, pausing there, breathing into the back side of the neck. And then inhale that right ear to the right shoulder, again taking the neck circle the opposite direction. Next time your chin is up towards the ceiling, pausing there, breathing into the front of the neck one last time. And then inhale the head back up to center. Bringing the hands to the knees, moving on to our shoulders. Inhale those shoulders up towards the ears, back, and then down. Making really big and slow shoulder circles. Seeing if you can isolate just the shoulders. Not moving the torso or the hands at all. After you've done 5 big shoulder circles to the back, take those shoulder circles the opposite direction to the front. When you're done with your 5th to the front, inhale those hands out by the sides, your capital letter T, palms facing the screen, lots of energy coming out of those fingers like you're being stretched in 2 opposite directions. Exhale, bring those hands forward in front of you like you're pushing the screen away. Again, a lot of energy coming out of those hands. Really activate those arms and hands. Exhale, make a really tight fist with the hands. Open up the fist. Bring the pointer finger and thumb come to touch. Pinch those fingers together. Really squeeze those fingers. Inhale, open. Exhale, middle finger, thumb come to touch. Squeeze them together. Open. Exhale, ring finger, thumb come to touch, squeeze, and open. Exhale, pinky finger, thumb come to touch, and open. Take some big wrist circles to the outside, warming up the wrists, and then to the inside. Excellent. All right, let's begin our yin postures. We're going to start with the arms and move down towards our legs. If you have any type of block in your practice that you might want to use, keep them at the top of your mat. We're going to start by coming onto our belly. Again, if you're practicing on a hard surface, I'm recommending you have a blanket or something beneath you. Bring your right ear and your right cheek to the mat. Send out that right arm so it's in line with the shoulder, palm facing down. So your arm should look something like this. Just notice how this feels. If this is already causing a big sensation in the shoulder, the front of the arm, you're going to pause right here. You don't have to do any shifting of the weight. If you're not feeling much of anything, slowly start to shift the weight into the right hip. Bringing the left hip off of the mat, adding some weight to that right shoulder, opening up the front of the shoulder and the front of the chest. Just notice how this feels, and then exhale, roll back onto the belly. Take that right hand, bring it about 3 inches higher than it was before. So now the hand is above the shoulder. Notice how this feels on the arm. If you're feeling a mild to moderate sensation, stay right here. If you're not feeling much of anything, exhale, shift that weight to the right hip. Notice how this feels, changing the position of the hand. Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? Does it feel like this is your spot today? Just make a mental note. Exhale, roll back onto the belly. Take that hand now and bring it 6 inches below where it just was. So now the hand is below the shoulder. Notice how the arm feels here. If you're feeling your mild to moderate, stay right here. If you're not, exhale, roll onto the right hip. Notice how this position of the arm feels. Making a mental note of which one you enjoyed more. Exhale, roll back onto the belly, and then choose that positioning. So maybe you enjoyed the hand above the shoulder. Maybe you enjoyed it directly across from the shoulder. Or maybe you enjoyed it below the shoulder. Wherever you enjoyed it the most, place that arm there. If you're choosing to stay on the belly, you can. If not, exhale, roll onto that right hip. And completely surrender the arm. So relax that right arm, relax that right shoulder. We're going to be using gravity and time to help stimulate the target area here, which is the arm and shoulder. Increasing the flow of energy, the flow of blood, and the hydration of the muscles and the joints in this area. With every inhale, bring your awareness to what's happening on your mat right now. Anything you're feeling physically, emotionally, or mentally, stay present with it. Making sure that your physical sensations stay within the mild to moderate. We never want to go outside of that. If you're feeling pain, you are harming yourself, so come out of that pose. Try it a different way. Or wait for us by lying on your belly. slowly start to make your way back down onto the belly, keeping the arm where it is, not moving the arm at all. Notice any sensations that come to the limb as you exit the pose. Reminding yourself it's very common for the target area to feel weak or vulnerable when we exit a pose. Just notice if that's how the arm is feeling. Know it's okay. Using this as a resonance pose to regain normal sensation in that right limb. And if it feels like the arm has regained normal sensation, bend the arm, start to move it around a little bit, and then place your left cheek to the mat. Bring that left arm out by the side. We're going to start the same steps for the left side. Starting with the left hand in line with that left shoulder, palm on the mat. Notice how this feels in the left shoulder and the left arm. If it feels okay, you're not feeling a mild to moderate sensation already, you can roll onto the left hip, adding some pressure and some weight to that left shoulder, left arm. Making a mental note of how this feels. Again, reminding yourself we're looking for a mild to moderate sensation. It feels like a little zing, slight pressure, slight stress to the area. Roll onto the belly, take that hand about 3 inches up from where it was, so the hand is above the shoulder. If it feels okay, you're not in your mild to moderate yet, gently roll into the left hip. Notice how this feels. If you like it more or less than the version we just tried, make a mental note. Exhale, roll back onto the belly, bring the hand about 6 inches down from where it is now, so the hand is beneath the shoulder. If you're not feeling your mild to moderate already, roll onto that left hip. Making a mental note of which version you like the best on this side. It doesn't need to be the same as the right side. Coming back down to the belly, readjust the arm, so placing it where you felt the best, where you feel like your arm needs to be today. Commit to that version of the pose, wherever the hand is. And if you're already feeling mild to moderate, you're going to stay right here. If not, roll onto that left hip. Adding some pressure to the shoulder and the arm. Relaxing that left arm. Using time and gravity, not using any of the muscles in your body. Bring your awareness to what's happening on the mat right now with each breath. What are you feeling physically? What are you feeling emotionally? Where is the mind? Is it here with you on the mat, or is it somewhere else? And if it's somewhere else, be kind to yourself. Gently bring it back to the moment right here, right now. If at any point in time your pose becomes painful, so maybe you started in a mild to moderate zone and it became painful throughout the time, slowly come out of the pose, readjust the arm or come out of it entirely. This is common if you haven't worked with the deeper connective tissues of the target area. Most people can build up their tolerance to a pose over time, but it's also really common if you've had an injury in the area. So be very mindful of what you're feeling in your body and know that you don't need my permission to make adjustments. On your next exhale, slowly start to roll back onto the belly, leaving the left hand out where it is. Taking a deep breath, surrendering to the mat. Bringing awareness to that left limb, any sensations that shift when the pose shifts. Noticing if it feels weak and vulnerable, and know that that's okay. The normal sensation will return in a couple of seconds. Carefully bending that left limb, bringing the hand by your side. Both hands come beneath the shoulders. Curl the toes of the big toes under behind you and use those arms to press yourself into tabletop position, very slowly and gently. This would be a great pose to cushion the surface beneath the knees if you're practicing on a hard surface. Take a moment to do that if you need to. Wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath your hips. We're going to do a few cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin for cow. Exhale, tuck the chin around the spine for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, cow. Exhale, tuck the chin around the spine for cat. 3 more to the pace of your own breath. Going as fast or as slow as you need to. Enjoying these little movements in between the stillness. When you have completed your 5th cat and cow, we're going to make our way into heart melting pose, also called puppy pose in some practices. I'm going to be using some blocks to go a little bit deeper in this pose today, so if you would like to have your blocks up in front of your top of your mat, you can. Keeping your knees and hips where they are, slide those hands forward as far as they'll comfortably go and bring the forehead down to the mat. If the forehead doesn't touch the mat comfortably, you have a few options. You can bring the forehead to a prop and rest the forehead on something like a pillow or a rolled up blanket or a block. Or you can bring your hands beneath the forehead, pancaking the hands or making fists with the hands to support the head. But know that if you move the arms at all, you're not going to be getting as deep into the stretch for the limbs as we might want to today for this particular yin practice. Once you have your hands on the mat, forehead on the mat, stretch those arms out as far forward as they'll comfortably go, and then completely surrender the arms to the mat. Relax the hands, relax the arms, relax the belly. Notice what this feels like in the shoulders and in the arms, possibly even the front of the chest. Looking for a mild to moderate sensation in the target area, which is the shoulders and the arms. If you already feel it, you can stay right here. If you're feeling too much of it, you can bring those hands closer to the head, bending those elbows. Any position really where you feel your version of the pose is working best for you. Or if you're not feeling much of anything, this is when you would take your blocks, bring one block or two blocks beneath each elbow, elevating the elbows so they're above the head. Possibly choosing to do reverse prayer by bringing the hands together over the head. Elevating the elbows allows you to go a little bit deeper into the shoulders and the front of the arms. If this is too much, come right back to your version of puppy pose or mountain pose. And then bring the awareness to the mat. How are you feeling physically, emotionally, mentally? If your hands are if your elbows are on props, slowly start to remove the props from beneath you. Bringing those arms down to the mats. Pausing there for a moment. And then to exit this pose, we're going to very carefully come onto our elbows and just slide our weight forward so we come onto our belly, bringing the hands down by our sides, using this as a resonance pose for the arms. Notice as you exit the pose, how do the shoulders feel? How do the arms feel? Any sensations running through the body? When it feels as though the arms and the shoulders have regained their normal sensation, we're going to slide those elbows forward once more, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows beneath shoulders, hands flat on the mat. Lift the chin and chest, relax the legs. Using this as a transitional pose before we switch to working with the legs. Adding Getting some extension to the spine. Notice how the low back feels. If this feels too intense, walk those fingertips forward any amount. Exhale, start to lower the head back down to the mat, left cheek to touch. Bring that right knee up, bending it ever so slightly, releasing the spine a different way. Inhale, bring that right knee back to center. Elbows come beneath the shoulders again, coming back into Sphinx. Walk those fingertips out towards the edges of the mat. And then inhale, straighten the elbows ever so slightly. Coming into seal pose. This is not upward facing dog. The hands are wider than the shoulders and they're more forward. They're not directly beneath the shoulders, and your belly stays on the mat. Relax those legs. If this is too much to hold on the elbows or the arms, you might choose to use blocks and bring them beneath the elbows, returning to a version of Sphinx pose. Just a little bit deeper in the spine. If this is too much, you can come out of it, coming back into Sphinx or walking those fingertips forward, releasing the extension in the spine. If you're on blocks, slowly move the blocks out of the way, and then everybody exhales the torso down to the mat. Bringing the right cheek to the mat this time. Right leg up. Bending that right knee. Bringing the leg back to center, bending both knees. Drop the feet from left to right like you're creating windshield wipers with the feet. Simple spinal release. Bringing the feet back down to stillness, bringing the hands beneath the shoulders, elevating the torso enough so you can roll over onto your back. Bringing the yoga strap somewhere where you can reach it. Again, same as before, you're practicing on a hard surface, you can adjust your cushion so it supports the entirety of your spine. Moving on to our legs, starting in Savasana, feet down, straight in front of you, hands by the sides. Take that left foot, plant the left foot in the mat, knee pointed up towards the sky, and take that yoga strap or whatever prop you're choosing to use that's like a yoga strap. Inhale, bring the right knee into the chest, flex that right foot, take the yoga strap and place it right in the middle of that right foot. Once you have your yoga strap placed in the middle, one hand grabbing the strap on one side, one on the other, slowly start to straighten out that right leg. Relax the leg as much as you can. Allow the leg to rest heavy, so if you were to let go of the yoga strap, the leg should fall. That's how relaxed it is. Use the strap to gently pull the leg in closer to the head, pausing where you feel a mild to moderate stress behind the right hamstring, right calf, right Achilles tendon. Relaxing the foot here as well. Once you have your foot at the right length that works for your mild to moderate stretch, and just so you have a visual, if this is your mild to moderate stretch in your hamstring, just stay right here. Use those arms to support you. Your leg doesn't have to be any particular place. It can be as high or low as your body needs to. Once you have your foot placed in the position where it feels comfortable for the hamstring, start to maneuver the yoga strap with the hands to stretch out the foot and the ankle. We're going to start by tugging on the right strap, gently adding pressure to the outside of the right foot. Adding compression to the right side of the ankle and adding extension to the left side of the ankle. Keeping that foot relaxed, only engaging the arms here. Slowly start to release the pressure from the right strap and shift it to the left. So now we're gently adding some more pressure by pulling on the left strap, turning the foot towards the left, adding compression to the left side of the ankle and extension to the right side of the ankle. Notice how this feels for you. Inhale, bring that foot back to center. Neutral foot, equal amount of pressure on both sides of the strap. Take both straps, place them into the left hand, keeping the left foot where it is. Bring the right hand out by your side, just adding a little bit more stability. And gently take that right foot over the midline of your body, ever so slightly. We don't want it to go all the way over. We just want it to cross where the midline of your body is. Noticing how this shifts to the outside of the right hamstring, possibly into the right glute. from here. If you want to take it all the way over, you can. If you don't want to, you can stay right here. Straighten out that left leg and very slowly allow the right leg to fall over to the left side of the mat. This is going to shift the sensation higher up into the hamstring, possibly into the right glute. Using that left hand to support the practice. So if your foot feels like going directly to the mat is going to put you in an uncomfortable or painful position, control that foot from falling using the straps. Or if you need extra support, you could add a block beneath that right foot as well. Inhale, reach the right hand towards the strap and use the right hand to help pull the leg back up to center. Shifting the straps into that right hand. Now left hand can come out by your side, adding extra support and stability. Slowly start to take the foot out to the right. Same thing on this side. The strap can be used to stop the foot from going too far. Once you find your mild to moderate sensation, or you can use a block. You can rest the foot on a block or another prop. Now the target area here is shifted to the inside of the right leg. Keeping that right foot relaxed. If you're clenching any muscles, if you're clenching your core or you're clenching your thighs, that's probably a sign that you've gone too deep into the pose. To come out of it a little bit. Find a different edge, different mild to moderate sensation. We tend to clench up our body to protect ourselves from feeling pain. So noticing if that's true for you at any point in the practice and adjusting the pose so it's something more comfortable. Reach that left hand over, grab the strap with the left hand and gently pull the foot back up to center. Returning the strap so each hand has one side of the strap, and use the strap to very slowly lower the right leg down to the mat. When the right leg gets to the mat, we're going to let it rest here. Noticing any difference between the right leg and the left. Noticing any sensations if there are any. Once it feels as though the right leg has regained normal sensation, bring the right foot to the mat, right knee pointed up towards the ceiling. Take that yoga strap again, one side in each hand. Inhale, hug that left knee into the chest, flex that left foot, bring it as close to your body as you can so that you can take the strap and place it in the middle of the left foot. Once you have the strap in the middle of the left foot, you can slowly start to straighten that left leg. Same thing on this side. The leg's going to tell you when it's hit its mild to moderate position. So perhaps the leg is down lower, or perhaps it's higher. Use the straps to support the leg. If you were to let go of the straps, the leg should fall. That's how relaxed the leg should be. We're controlling this pose with our arms and the strap. Taking a few deep breaths here, noticing what you feel in the backside of the leg, including the calf and the hamstring. moving into working our foot and our ankle. Again, each hand should have its own side of the strap. We're going to slowly tug on the left strap using the left hand, adding compression to the left side of the ankle, extension to the right side, so the foot should be moving over to the left, ever so slightly. Notice what this feels like. Shifting now, adding some pressure to the right hand, tugging on the foot, so now the foot is moving towards the right, adding compression to the inside of that left ankle and extension to the outside. Notice how this feels. Inhale the foot back to center. Neutral hands, equal amount of pressure on both sides. Gently shift both straps into the right hand. And bring the left hand down by your side for more stability. Take that left foot and slowly move it across the midline, so over to the right, but just slightly, not all the way over yet. Notice how this shifts the sensation in the hamstring. You might feel it towards the outer left side of the hamstring now. You might choose to stay right here. If you want to go all the way over, you would straighten that right leg and slowly start to lower the left foot over to the right side of the mat, really being aware of how and where you feel this behind the left leg. Inhale, take that left hand, bring it over to the straps, and use the left hand to pull the foot back up to center. Bringing the straps into the left hand, right hand comes out to the side now. Take that left foot over to the left side of the mat. Now working on the inside of the left hamstring. Inhale, bring that right hand to the strap and use the right hand to bring the left foot back to center. Returning the strap so each hand has its own side. Noticing how the left leg feels and slowly start to lower that leg to the mat using the strap, not using the leg at all. Once the foot has gotten to the mat, completely relax the leg. Notice how the left leg feels compared to the right. Once it feels as though the left leg has regained its normal sensation, inhale, bring both knees into your chest, giving yourself a great big hug. See if you can wrap those hands around the knees, grabbing opposite elbows. If it feels good to rock side to side on the spine, you might choose to do so. In one of your rocks, roll onto the right side, fetal position, left hip on top of right, left shoulder on top of right, left hand on top of right. Inhale that left arm across the ceiling over to the mat behind you. The head can follow the hand. If that left hand is hanging out in space, if it feels good to let it hang, you can let it hang. You can rest it on a prop, or you can bring the hand to the hip. Completely relax every muscle in the body. Surrender to the twist on your mat. Inhale, bring that left hand back across the sky over to meet the right. Pausing here for a moment, bringing your awareness to your spine. And when the spine feels like it has regained its neutral sensation, rolling onto our back again, hugging our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a great big hug, maybe choosing to rock side to side if it feels good. And then in one of those rocks, slowly roll into fetal position on the left side, stacking the right hip on top of left, right shoulder on top of left, right hand on top of left. Inhale that right arm across the sky over to the mat behind you. The head can follow the hand. If that right hand is hanging out in space, if it feels good to let it hang, you can let it hang. If it doesn't feel good, you can place a prop beneath it, or you can bring the hand to the hip and release the elbow to the mat. Relax every muscle in the body. Breathing deeply into the belly. Inhale, bring that right arm back across the sky over to meet the left, pausing in fetal position. When it feels as though the spine has regained normal sensation, Gently rolling onto the back, taking a full body stretch. Inhale, arms up overhead, legs are out straight in front of you. Getting as long and tall as you possibly can on your mat, taking up all the space. Engaging every muscle in the body that you possibly can. And when you can't stretch anymore, exhale. Release the arms down by the sides, coming right into Savasana. If it feels comfortable to do so, gently close the eyes. The hands can be down by your sides, palms facing up, or if you choose, you can have them resting somewhere on the body. Start by giving your body permission to completely release and relax, allowing the feet and legs to rest heavy. Releasing the belly. Releasing the shoulders, chest, the arms and the hands, allowing them to rest heavy. Releasing the neck and the head and all of the muscles on the face, including the tongue, the jaw, and the eyebrows. Feeling completely supported by the earth beneath you as you receive the benefits from today's practice. Take a full deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly, the rib cage, and the chest with breath. Noticing any sensations that enter the body with the breath. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, bringing slow and gentle movements back to the limbs. Gently rock the head from left to right like you're shaking your head no, but slowly. Keeping the eyes closed, rolling into fetal position on the right side and pausing there for a moment. And from fetal position, pressing yourself back into a comfortable seated posture. Perhaps it's the posture you began class with today. Returning to that long spine, Drawing shoulders away from ears. Bringing hands to heart center. Taking a moment to check in with the physical body. What's present for you right now? Checking in with the emotional body. What emotions are present or absent right now? Checking in with the mental body. What are your thoughts like? Sending a moment of gratitude out to your body, appreciation for all it does for you throughout your life. Gently tip the chin towards the chest, bowing the head slightly. Honor your practice as I honor yours. May your practice be of benefit to you and to all of those around you. Thank you very much for sharing your practice today with me. Namaste.